How is it going, everyone? Welcome to Grid, but not the first one, rather the fourth game in the series that, just like many companies like doing, it's called the exact same as the first, because it's supposed to be a reboot. So because of that, I guess we should call this one a Grid 2019, which is the year it released. But yeah, let's get into it without any further ado. I already tested and configured some things. Essentially, I don't know how hard the game is gonna be, but for now, at least for what I tested, the very hard difficulty, unlike the previous one, doesn't seem that hard to beat. But I probably will lower it later, because it probably will be hard. But we will see. We have all the time in the world. So here, by the way, the intro pretty nice that they essentially trademark the flashback mechanic as their own. I mean, it's as I say in one of the streams of one of these games that I think Grid might have been the first game in the series to actually have flashback as a mechanic. I could be wrong, but I think they do. Yeah.
What can top the WSR? How can you top this
WSR.
The Grid World Series, we can expect more action, more drama, and it's all happening right here in the WSR.
I think it's supposed to be like story-wise a sequel to Grid 2. Thankfully, gameplay-wise, it does not handle like Grid 2. I don't know, gameplay-wise, I mean, it's hard to tell with only one car. This is a Chevrolet Corvette, like a modern one, of course. Now, the problem of using the very hard difficulty preset is that there are no flashbacks you can use, so if I were to crash and be in an unrecoverable position, I will have to restart the race. This is all things that I taken into account, so I'm at least mentally ready for them. Don't know if I can win this race though. All I tested is that if I really wanted to, I could win the race, but I mean, it's simply a tutorial race. It's not that serious. That's a pretty cool graphic for final lap. I know. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm reaching the first place. It's a little bit far. I guess that's also another thing that might have in common with some of the previous games, that the first place can get pretty far from the rest. I hope that Raven West is not a thing in this game. Will be an issue. So in theory all the racing aids are off, but this car still handles very well, so that's a second place. Very solid second place. So now what?
With that wrapped up, it's over to Indianapolis.
And Kristen, it's gotta be the one to watch.
Yeah, you won't want to miss it, Alex. The Grid World Series is so close you can touch it. I reckon there's going to be a brawl out there to make it through.
Wait, there's NASCAR. Damn, I was not expecting that. Actually NASCAR in this game. Well, I hope at least they make the mechanics of oval interesting. Is it? Oh shit. Okay, well, interesting place to put me on. Damn. That's pretty cool though, I gotta say.
How did you manage to get through that? Great driving.
I don't know how. The question here, I really hope that they didn't do the same thing with oval races as the previous game, where they... Okay, you cannot keep the accelerator going all the way, so at least there is some semblance of control going on and not just mindlessly accelerating, but yeah. Well, it does seem like crashes in this game are like easier to provoke, so oh shit. Wait, what about the yellow flag? You know that especially in an oval race, yellow flags are quite an important thing, you know? Also, I don't think you expect me to win this one, right? Like, there is no way. I have a nemesis? But who is my nemesis here? I don't see any red helm icon. Do you see it? I don't. This guy just seem chill, right? Well, they have a red number, but that's it. Oh shit. No, the wall... I can't believe I avoided the wall somehow. It's gonna be another second place, but I'll take it. But maybe that's what putting the game in very hard is gonna do. Like, I'm just gonna do all the second places, no first whatsoever. Hey, second is in the podium, so not a bad result.
And it's being settled at Brands Hatch, Kristen.
So I think here maybe they are showing the categories.
If you can win in these conditions and under this pressure, well, you are prime Grid World Series material.
So without further ado, this final is about to begin. So hold on to your umbrellas.
Wait.
It's race day.
It's gonna be rain. It's the first game in the series that have rain. That could be an issue.
Oh, they're throwing some elbows out there. They're taking no prisoners. We got a driver heading off the tarmac. They're gonna lose some time there.
Okay, am I gonna be... Oh, in the middle of an accident. Okay, but wait, I don't have flashback. Like, how am I gonna... Oh, maybe that's the thing. Like, just deal with it. Oh, so it's gonna be like that, deal with it. Well, pretty cool.
Well done. Now get back up to speed.
I mean... There goes my front cover. Okay, so this is Brands Hatch. Well, you know that this actually checks out. This an England track, so you know rain is very common. So outside of the visual aspect of the rain, is there any difference in the handling? Because I'm not really noticing it. This thing seems to handle normally, right? Oof. Well, if it's anything like in the... Oh shit. Like in the previous game, I'm terrible at doing these corners in Brands Hatch, so... Not sure if I will be able to record as many positions as last time. I'll try though. Well, at least it seems that in this game I'm not being left very far behind on those corners, so... That's good. The thing that is still hard, of course, is overtaking without making a mess. That is very hard.
Listen, I can get position info on your teammate and rival if you need it.
What did you say? I wasn't... Well, I was trying to hear, but I couldn't understand you. What the game says is that the guys with the green icon are your teammates. I surely hope at least that in this game teammates are not as trash as in every game in the series where that's been the case. Well, actually, it's only been 2, right? Like, it was in the first Grid game and in Autosport. In Grid 2 there weren't teammates, right? I don't think I can finish in the podium unless someone dies. So hey, if someone wants to die, I welcome it. But I could overtake this guy that is in 3rd, he's not that far away. I mean, I only have one corner to overtake. I probably could have overtaken if I hadn't crashed against him like that. See, I don't think it won't be enough at the end. So yeah, that ain't a podium finish. But then again, the start was very fucked up, don't you think? I don't think the game cares about the 4th place. What are you trying?
Season. You're going to dominate the Great World Series. You've got the sponsorship lined up. So it's all down to talent now.
All down to talent? Well, I'm not sure about that.
From where I was sitting, that was a final to remember. From a mid-race spin out to an electrifying finish, this race and the WSR Series has given us plenty to look back on. But what's next?
Well, next for those skilled enough to have got this far, Alex, and made it to the top of the standings, is the Grid World Series. If the WSR is the proving ground, then the Grid World Series is the battleground, where the best racers on the planet compete in multiple race disciplines to find out who is the ultimate racer.
Well, I can't add anything more to that, Kristen. So as the dust settles on the WSR today, in the distance, the Grid World Series starts its engines, gearing up for the most thrilling racing action around. And we'll be right there with you.
Okay. So that was the intro. That was a pretty long intro. Alright. Season 3 purchase. Did I? Maybe. Alright. So, well, for some reason I have all the DLCs, so... But I'm still being player 1. Isn't that an issue? Like, that's not my name. How do I change it? Or maybe, since you cannot connect online, it doesn't take your profile and you're permanently player 1. Well, wasn't player 1 my name in one of the games I played recently? Wait, what the hell? Fernando Alonso is a category. Well, I was not expecting that. Nice. Pretty funny. Alright. So you need to purchase a car. Well, the one that has more power is this Subaru. And it is a Subaru. So... Well, you need to hold to purchase. Wait, hold what? I don't think I mapped that button, so... F2, I guess. The UK Open. With a bunch of other people.
Kristen, tell me about this Silverstone circuit. What have our drivers got in store today?
Yeah, Alex, we've got an exciting race ahead
What
of us
lap
today.
qualifying?
I mean, just look at the crowds out there.
Should
Got
I?
every man and his dog
I mean, I
all
could
over the
try.
place.
So, I don't know if the AI is as unforgiving as the previous game, because... Wait, don't tell me I have a ghost. I'm not comfortable usually with ghosts. No, I don't think I do. Just I look at the minimap and there seemed to be another mark that wasn't me. But no, it's just that the mark, I guess, has a weird shape. Well, that's definitely all. Also, I don't recognize this track. Kinda look like Brands Hatch in reverse, but not really. Also, does that mean that I'm 500 milliseconds behind or ahead? Like, the green color makes it a little bit weird for me to interpret. Also, I use the brakes way too much there. No, I'm most likely behind. It's just weird that they will use the green color. I mean, usually green means good, right? So, you know, why will you use green for something bad? You don't want to be behind. But it is behind, of course. What position is this, though? Oh, okay. So that would have been the same, well, technically not the same as if I didn't qualify, but almost. Yeah, maybe now that the actual races are a thing, I might actually get my ass kicked. Though you could have done the quali again if you wanted. I didn't, because, you know, might as well get into the action. Though you need to get third place, at the very least. Also, how is it going, Wasabi? Maybe green for from Envy. I agree. It's possible. Wait, what? There are points in this game? What do I do with those points? Like this, some Tony Hawk stuff? Well, I mean, I don't see what the points have to do with anything. You get points for drafting. That's odd, but it's fine. Okay, yeah, see, that wasn't a very nice way of doing that. Yeah, pretty nice that... Okay, I might need to enable ABS. It didn't look that important with the Corvette at the beginning of the game, but with this thing, you kinda want to have ABS. Like, keep in mind that so far the presets are in very hard. But you know, the surprising thing is the fact that, unlike the previous games, it didn't really prompt me to enter my name, my age, nationality, or whatever, right? And of course, not the difficulty screen either. So, I mean, I selected this because I entered the options and selected it when I was testing, but otherwise you will have to go out of your way, which, I mean, it's not a big deal, but seems a little bit odd. Then again, the default difficulty, I think, was normal, and if hard, like, the thing that the reason why I didn't pick hard is because hard looked extremely easy. Like, to the point where, I mean, it's probably just because I'm using the first race as an example, but it really looks so free. Like, it felt like the first place was just giving himself away.
Let's push up to the top spot.
So I thought to myself, no, I should not do that. That was a horrible corner. Well, then again, the objective is third place for what I remember, though these guys are also bothering each other, so it's possible I can at least get a second place here. We will see, though. It does seem pretty clear that this is the difficulty for me. Like, because even if I don't win this, the fact that I'm so close just means that, you know, anything else will be way too easy. Also, I wonder if there are penalties, because I'm pretty sure I skipped a corner and the game didn't care. Though, of course, what the game considers skipping a corner or not is, you know, sometimes a little bit confusing, but yeah, that's a second place. Okay. Oh, they are coasts. Okay. Yeah, I got the objective, so should be fine. Maybe. Wait. Oh. Okay, there is experience. I got some rewards. Wait, and there is another one? Yeah, and Brands Hatch.
And we're heading into the final round now.
It's the final round.
Kristen, tell me what's
Okay.
gonna happen.
I could try hot lapping again, but the thing is that, I mean, if you do a good lap, you can definitely win a lot more easily, but last time I was in a very bad position and I still almost won, so... And this is, well, the difference here is that this is Brands Hatch, so I probably will be on a good on a better position than last time. Well, and the good thing is that, okay, that should have been a penalty and it wasn't, so something tells me that this game has no penalty. Okay, it does have penalties, actually. Wait, can I, yeah, restart? You see, I think that it invalidates the lap time. Well, that's what happens in quali, but what happens in the actual race? Do you die? You just get killed for dishonoring the spirit of motorsport? Cool, Okay, that somehow was worse than last time. That ain't good. Oof, nice. That was a good corner though. Nice, so don't do anything overly stupid here. Just do... Well, I will say that was kinda stupid. I did it way too slow. Okay, that being said, I am doing it slow in general. Like, it's probably gonna be similar to the previous one. Yeah, 2 seconds behind. Like, that's almost last place. I mean, I could restart. Okay, that's the button for restart circle. I'm gonna try one more time and then I promise I'll get on with the race, but it seems that at least... Oof. Yeah, like, corners like that make you think, hey, ABS might be a little bit necessary here. Like, that looked very sloppy without ABS. Though in this game I don't even think there is an advantage to... Oh, that counted, nice. I don't think there's an advantage... For fuck's sake. Okay, you know what? Though, that's the problem. If I put retire, will it retire me from the quali or from the whole thing? I'm a little bit afraid, otherwise I would have put retire there, but didn't think it was a good idea. I'm doing worse and worse every single time. At least I want a clean lap, you know? Just a clean lap. Okay, you know that I actually didn't use the brakes, so I don't know if it's the car or something that prevents it from oversteering, which is weird considering that I also don't have any of the other racing aids, like neither traction control nor stability control, right? Okay. Yeah, you can cheese these corners quite a lot if you're smart about it. Like, as long as a little bit of the car is inside the track, is not counted as off track. Pretty amusing. Okay, 8th place is better. Like, not ideal, but I mean, judging by my previous attempts, I gotta take it. Did you say? Wasn't paying attention. Wait, what's my card? It just says grid. It just says player 1. But I don't think there might be even nationality. I didn't see any flag next to these guys. Like, these guys are from nowhere. These guys don't exist. Well, I mean, that's... Yeah, correct, they don't exist. I mean that... They belong nowhere. Okay. I'm assuming your name is Mikhail, right? Not Michael, so... What are you doing? Not because of your name, I mean, why are you vlogging me like that? Then it... Well, this is 3 laps, but it's a way shorter track than the previous one. Which means that it will obviously be a way shorter race. We will see what happens.
Right on to lap 2. You're keeping up with the pace.
Damn. Your car almost hit me. Well, part of your car anyways. Alright, so these guys are supposed to be from the same team, so... I guess these are the Raven West equivalent here. But I don't even know if the teams have names. I mean, I apparently have a team and I don't think we have a name. Ah, shit. That was bad. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So, I don't know, like, I know that thing is supposed to be Nemesis or whatever, like, that's Sean Magnusson, but that's because he was the the one that won last time, or why do I apparently hate that guy? What did Magnusson do to me? Maybe he looked at me funny. Well, if he's the one that got first place, that means that with this result I will win the championship, which is pretty cool. Like, the very hard difficulty on the AI is for sure the one I need to keep. What I don't know is if racing aids should be enabled, like, well, and by that I mean specifically ABS, but... Alright. Got him. So, do I win? Well, maybe there was another tab that told me the tournament result. Like, level up. Finish ahead of rival, win the race. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, we got team second. Well, I don't give a fuck about the team. But yeah, I won the drivers tournament. Yeah, Magnusson was my rival because he was the one that was, you know, the one to beat, basically. Well, that was cool. Still surprised about the fact that I have no name and no team name either. Not gonna ask too many questions. So this is, wait, what did it say? Stock. Well, it says stock, but it's not NASCAR. Oh, I already have 2 cars. These are DLC, most likely. I would rather not use DLC, but what do we have? Wait, hold up. Isn't that the same one I have? Camaro. Grid Edition Chevrolet Camaro. Okay, hold up. I wanna measure the stats. Okay, I think it's the exact same car. It just says Grid Edition. Well, I mean, I guess with that we don't spend any money. And in this case, I guess it makes sense. Because, I mean, otherwise... If it was a different car, I would understand. But it looks like the exact same car. So, might as well just pick the one I already have. Like, normally I'm against using DLC. But considering that you seem to have a very limited amount of money...
As always, to be in your company. And if you didn't know Kristen, everybody, she is a 2-time world time attack champion, as well as a regular top-level touring.
We have the 2-time...
So Kristen, with all that
I'm not gonna hot lap. We're just gonna... Well, when I say hot lap, I mean quali. I do wonder though if you regret the fact that you didn't quali. If you can do it after choosing no. Also, this track was in the first grid game. I think at this point this track pretty much represents grid as a game. It's kind of like the high-speed ring in Gran Turismo. Actually, you know, I was gonna make an example about Mario Kart, but the thing about Mario Kart is that the most iconic track is probably Rainbow Road. But the thing about Rainbow Road is that it's pretty far from being a basic track. It's like usually the final challenge every single time. So, well, by usually I mean every time it's the final challenge. So I don't think Rainbow Road will count, but is there any track in Mario Kart that is that iconic and shows up in every game? Like, I guess Mario Circuit, but is it even that iconic? I don't think it is. But yeah, I guess Mario Circuit will be the only one that will be kind of like a starting track that appears in most of the Mario Kart games, right? Or is there a better choice? I don't think I'm making it to the end of this one first. Ah, shit. Okay, that was very badly calculated, I admit. And keep in mind that here we don't have flashbacks, which is also another thing I could change, but... I mean, we will see. So far it seems that it's working out well enough. Oof. Okay. No. Oof. Almost. Okay. I might be able to win, but yeah, it essentially requires you to dive on like the biggest asshole in the planet. I almost died right there. Or there, damn. Okay, I'm risking it too much. Unfortunately, this guy will win, not by a lot, but he's indeed the winner. Chi Wan Yin. I don't recognize that romanization. Like, I will be tempted to say that's Chinese, but I don't think Chinese get romanized with 2H in a row, right? Maybe... Well, I was gonna say he might be Mongolian, but no, Mongolian names don't sound like that, I think. So where could he be from? Vietnam, maybe? Actually, that seems like a good guess. He might be from Vietnam. Probably.
And we're heading into the final round now, where it'll all
I don't
be
know.
decided. Kristen, tell me what's gonna happen.
I could try hot lap qualifying, though I probably should assign a button to that so I don't need to press F1 every single time I try to do that. Still a little bit weird that this game, just like the previous one, doesn't let you have your own team. Not like I particularly mind too much, and especially even though I really like having the colors I wanted to have in my cars, I'm not very creative, so I guess having the game choose for me is fine by me, but it just seems weird because, I mean, why will you remove that feature? Yeah. But I feel that that feature is just as iconic as the flashback, for example. So obviously the flashback affects the gameplay, so I guess it's a little bit more important, you know? Ooh, that was very close. I'm doing a very good lap. It's probably not enough for first, but I'm surprised by how relatively well I'm doing this. Don't know what it's gonna be enough to well, maybe it will be. It actually is enough for first, yeah. That was a super good lap. Yeah, I was seeing that. Oh, and my Nemesis ended in such a bad position. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do qualis. I kinda got scared, but yeah, like, now this race is gonna be free. It's gonna be absolutely free. Because I don't have anyone to bother me. Well, I could still die, I guess. But...
Just keep doing what you're doing and you'll have this one in the bag.
yeah, I think that after seeing that, I probably should not qualify. Then I really did that so well. But yeah, the downside is that this is gonna be so fucking free. Like, extremely free even. So yeah, unfortunately, you know, you will have to see what's essentially a time trial. But yeah, I guess we are suffering from success. Hey, let's not get too cocky yet, you know? Hey, one thing that well, there are two things that I noticed very quickly about this game. First, that the handling is very permissive. Like, you can do a lot of stuff that in any other game will have you flying, but here with apparently no racing aids, it's very easy to stay in the track, you know. It is pretty surprising, like, I mean, considering that it's a game released in 2019, the fact that they put heavy emphasis on making it casual makes sense, but it's quite a departure from the previous 3 games. Well, Grid 2 I guess I shouldn't count it, I guess it's its own thing, but the first Grid and the, well, Grid Autosport, if you drive without a single racing aid, it's very hard to handle the car. In this game though, it just feels natural. And well, another thing is the AI. Going against the hardest AI in the previous game was, with the exception of the street class for whatever reason, in every other class it was extremely easy. Sorry, I meant to say the opposite. It was extremely hard. In this one, very hard seems to be the equivalent of hard of the previous game. Well, in the first game, I was out to say, hardest difficulty wasn't that big of a deal, but it really depended on what car you will be using. Like, that's the worst part about the first game. Unfortunately, it was very unbalanced when it came to some cars being clearly way better than others, so it is what it is. Ah, fuck. It's fine. Well, oh, wait, don't I have... Okay, I don't have look back map. I mean, I could do it by pressing the analog, that's a little bit more annoying. I'm pretty sure I did map it. Maybe the game just doesn't give a fuck. Alright. So I guess the lesson to learn here is that it shouldn't be necessary to qualify. Damn, I got 0 experience on technique. Oh, the Grid Edition cars give you more experience. So that's what they do. Well, aside from giving you a grid livery, I guess. Okay. Cool. So, that's that. Then you have Tuner. I hope there is no time attack, but I mean, this is a race, so it should be fine, right? Okay, and what do we have here? Oh, it's an old Skyline. Okay, interesting choices. This Nissan, I don't know which one it is, but I like the way it looks. And it's the one that apparently has the most power, so I think I'm gonna go for it. Boom. Wait, what does that mean? Oh, it's to sell, but wait, what's F1? Oh, the livery, so you can... Okay, so you can actually choose what livery you want. Huh. Yeah, you can actually fully customize. Okay, so at least even though you don't apparently have your own team, you do have multiple options to do this. That being said, I mean, I'm a fan of the default one, so I'll keep the default one for now. Alright. Shady M. Well, it says Shady M, Japanese Drift Master, but there is no drifting here. Well, there will be heavy rain, so there might be some actual drifting, unintended drifting.
Alright, it's not going to dry up out there. Stay focused.
But as I said before, I don't really think that the rain changes the physics that much. Okay, maybe it does, but I will assume that some cars are also naturally just slippery like this. This one might not be because of the car, but because of the actual rain. You can kinda feel the weight of this car. Every time that you do a corner, you can feel that it might be a little bit heavy to steer without reducing the speed accordingly. Well, not to mention, yeah, the slippery from the rain. Okay, now the problem is the first place is wherever it wants. Frederick Christensen is his name. Well, Mr. Freddy, I think that... Well, there are still 2 more laps, but he definitely has built some distance that I might not be able to reach. And that was a horrible corner from me. But keep in mind that accidents are possible. I don't think this guy is gonna get into an accident though. Especially being alone like that. Well, on the right side here I don't have anyone to block me off, so... The only excuse if I cannot reach... Or well, rather, there is no excuse if I don't reach this guy. Other than skill issue, but that's not an excuse, that's an explanation. It's what's happening. We will see. Okay.
Push to the front.
Oof. Okay. Well, I am getting relatively close. Yeah, this might work actually. We will see. So it's pretty clear, and especially if you look at the minimap, that the first place is in a league of its own. Like, they are so far ahead of everyone. I mean, look at that gigantic gap. That was pretty cool though. I cannot imagine the rain looking good on YouTube, because it's probably gonna destroy the bitrate. Hopefully not, hopefully you can see the rain well, but I expect it to not look very easy to see, right? Okay, what's this? In Shanghai? I think it's the first time you have Shanghai in the series, right?
And we're heading into the final round now, where it'll all be decided. Kristen, tell me what's gonna happen.
You know, sometimes I really wonder how it will feel to visit a Chinese city. But then I... Wait, hold up. This is a reverse grid? Because I mean, I'm last place, of course, but the guy that finished second was second to last, so... I didn't check if the qualifying option was there, because I didn't want to qualify, but it looked like... I mean, that maybe it is an inverted grid. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I meant to say that... I wonder how it feels to visit a Chinese city, but then again, it probably will just feel like visiting any city. Just that it's in Chinese. Like everything that you see on the walls and stuff. But the thing about China is that it's a gigantic country. They have an insane amount of cities, and they are all like... You could try guessing, and you might think that they are all from different countries, but no, it's the same country. Well, Shanghai, I guess it's one of those cities that is like a very high technology city, right? Well, very wealthy city. Well, in fact, actually, see, that's one thing that I don't know. Shanghai and Beijing are two different cities. But I don't know if it's one of those cases where Beijing might be the province and Shanghai might be the city. I don't know. But no, I think that they are two different cities. Because those are basically the two most famous cities in China. And that's mostly because, well, Beijing is because it's the capital city, so yeah, quite a reason to be famous. And Shanghai, I think it's simply extremely wealthy. Then recently I learned that there is a city that I think is called Shenzhen that is like apparently like where all like the cutting edge technology gets produced or something. I guess learning about China must be fascinating. I mean, I will do it, but I don't know Chinese. And I probably don't have the mental capacity to learn. I mean, I already tried with Japanese and I couldn't. So yeah, I think I should leave it to smarter people, probably. Hey, that went pretty well, by the way. Also, I guess I still haven't shown that this is indeed in the hardest difficulty, so I guess I could show the receipt. But here in the difficulty, it's in the very hard preset, and you have this. And the very hard preset does not force automatic transmission, but it basically forces everything else to be off. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be a problem, so that's cool. But yeah, just wanted to show it. And there doesn't seem to be any place where you can change your name, so I guess, as I say that... No, wait, no, you have a player profile. Is this a good idea? Is the game gonna crash if I do this? No, it doesn't. So why didn't you give me this option at the beginning then? It's a little bit odd. No, don't do that. Yeah, I'm Gabi. She... race number, well, I don't think this matters, does it? Because it clearly doesn't apply to the car. Banner image. Wait. Oh. Oh, that's what you mean by it. Well, I don't really care about that, to be honest. So yeah, let's just leave that there. I just wanted to not be player 1 if it was possible. Oh wait, you also have a team thingy. Huh. So you can actually get a teammate. So my current teammate is this one? Or what? Yeah, I think it is Nick Whittle. I think that's how you pronounce it. And what's the money there? Like, do I have to pay him? Well, I guess. Anyways, enough of that. So here you have GT. Wait, shouldn't this be almost the same as touring? Aren't the GT categories pretty much touring? Like, doesn't GT stand for Grand Touring? Well, at least I thought that was the case. So you already have a Grid Edition Aston Martin. But what else could you get? You will get a Porsche. Though stat-wise seems to be worse in every way to the Aston Martin. The Mustang has a lot of power. You know, maybe we can go American. Yeah, we're gonna go American. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of the Mustangs, but let's go Mustang this time. Pure American muscle. Why not, right? What track is that?
Okay, Havana, we have, as always, a spectacular display.
Wait, this is in Cuba.
This is the Grid World Series, and there is no.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, hold on, sorry. It looks like things are about to get underway.
Wait, did he say okay, sorry, because I cut him off? That's pretty funny. Well, you shouldn't talk that much, bro, if you didn't want to be cut off. But yeah, this is cool. This is interesting. It's the first time I see this country in a racing game. That's something. I really was not expecting that. Pretty cool though. I like seeing underrepresented countries in, well, in everything, but yeah, especially racing games, which is what I like. I wonder if there's gonna be an Argentinian track. Because I mean, when it comes to urban tracks, you could theoretically make a track out of everything. I don't think you really need the rights to do that. I mean, it's just... It doesn't even have to be a real place. This one probably is a real place, I don't know. Oh, and these are 4 laps also. I don't know what... Oh wait, no, it's Havana. Yeah. Well, that's like a very popular city. Though, I'm a little bit ignorant. Havana is the capital city.
You're on pace. Make some gains in lap 2.
I think it is, right? Probably. Yeah, I think it is. Just that I feel like a moron for not being sure about it. I think it is the capital city. But it could be wrong, because, you know, it's probably the most popular city in the country, but that's like saying that New York is the capital city of the USA. It's not. Okay, that was bad.
Come on, I think you've hit them one too many times.
I didn't mean to, but so that's how you get a nemesis. It's not the same as the rival mark. I didn't mean to do that. Also, as I say, here you don't have any flashbacks, so either you restart that one or you swallow your pride and keep going. Well, I guess restarting will also be swallowing your pride. But that's gonna make the race more interesting for the simple fact that I was already about to overtake the first place and the race was still like halfway through. So is this guy gonna try to kill me now? No. Some of these corners are wild. Also, the guy that is my nemesis is still right behind me. Haven't been able to get far from him. Okay. Super racing line combo. Oh, so this game... Ah, fuck. This game also tracks if you go to the optimal racing line or not, kind of like Need for Speed Shift. Yeah, here it's not like you actually need it.
Final lap. Keep that lead intact.
Yeah, I'm surprised that that this race is so much longer than the previous ones. I mean, maybe this category is just like that, you know. At least I like that this Mustang is doing pretty well. I don't think that at that point it really matters. I think that everything does well. Now that I see this track, I really want to see what else the game has in store. Like this, again, it's pretty unique to have a track in a country like Cuba. Very unique. Really has to be the first time I see it in a video game. Well, in a racing video game. Yeah, well, in a video game in general, I don't think there are that many games that have Cuba as a place. Yeah, that was that. Alright. Winning the first race in Havana. So I wonder what other track you're gonna show now. Because that's a pretty strong start. So what comes next? Oh, that's why it was a long race, because it was a single race. Okay. Nice. I mean, I like the originality. Though, speaking of originality, the fact that we have a category that is called Fernando Alonso is something. Instead of just calling it Formula 1 or whatever, no, they just named the guy. Pretty funny. Okay, I need to purchase it. You know, like I have much of a choice here. Wait, why does it say that it has so little power? Oh, it's because, okay. It's the F1000. Like, it's like one of those junior categories for Formula. Wait, so is this gonna be like, you know, a chronology of Alonso's categories through all his years? Well, maybe he debuted in karts, but I guess I understand why a game like this wouldn't want to have karts as a category. But I will assume that a category like this is basically the closest to karts without making it karts, right? Believe it or not, there are many like, you know, many open wheel categories like this ones. I mean, most of them are not anywhere as fast as Formula 1, obviously, but then again, this thing, I might say that it's a junior category, but look at how, like, it reaches 260 kilometers per hour. That's not a joke. So yeah, I guess saying that this one is close to kart, maybe it was an overstatement. Yeah, it's not really close at all. Yeah, the issue's that it's a little bit hard to handle. Well, not to mention that I'm driving like shit, but I mean, I'm driving like shit precisely because it's hard to handle. Maybe I should restart this, because this is not gonna be a good result. The question is, yeah, I don't think I can qualify anymore. It's not gonna happen. Because if I put retire, it's just gonna, like, make me quit the race. Like, make me finish in last place, probably. Okay, you can do something like that. Then I got stuck in that guy's wheel. That's fucked up. Otherwise, that would have been a lot of positions right at the beginning. I guess that's why you have to take advantage of. The AI brakes too early, which makes sense. If you brake too late, the car becomes super hard to control. Like, it really starts going into weird places. But if you want to get closer, I guess it's what you gotta do. Like, brake very late and try to... Well, try not to crash like that, at least. Well, that didn't work that badly. Oof. Okay, that was bad. This car is kind of a dead trap. Very, very hard to control. So this is how Alonso started. That's fucked up. Like if I started using a car like this, I will very quickly get scared of motorsport. Oof. Yeah, I guess some people are just pretty brave. Okay, so at least I made it to second. Will I make it to first? I don't know. Oof. I almost hit that left wall at a very high speed. Right, but I might be able to win this surprisingly. I mean, it's very surprising just how perfectly fitting this difficulty is for me. Like, I don't know why or how even, but it's like they specifically tailor-made this difficulty for me. Like, it seems that I can just overtake right at the end the first place. Oh, and we are back. Oh, Malecon, nice. Okay, that place I know it. I mean, I know it not personally, but people that I know have been there. It's pretty cool. Damn. So I guess the devs from this game really like Cuba after all. Alright, and this one, you can say this Aaron Sullivan is on second to last place, so it has to be inverted grid after all. Pretty nice. Okay, that was not very nice.
And we're heading into the final round now.
As I say, this car is not easy to handle. This car is very wild. I really wasn't expecting this level of well, I guess of wildness when I first saw this category, but yeah, this is hard to I'm assuming that the longer you go in this thing, where there's probably gonna be like faster cars, there's also gonna be easier cars to handle. Like, this one is not easy at all, I can tell you that. Like, you might be thinking, why are you going left and right like a moron, right? But the thing is that I'm going left and right because my car is doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, okay. And the issue here is that you're going... Well, in the previous race it was also like a very fast straight into a hard corner. So I don't know why it's any different here. Maybe because the corner is smaller, so it's harder to... No, not really. No, ironically, no. It's actually it's a very fast corner, so you don't really brake as much as you did in the previous ones. But doing that sort of corner with so many opponents in front of you is hard. Ah, fuck. Okay, and this one is way sharper than it looks from the outside. This track is complex. Though, interestingly enough, even with those hits, I still have 0 damage on my car, so... I think that's just like the previous game, the damage is very permissive. You can pretty much just do all sorts of hard hits and it doesn't matter. It's 3 laps. The issue with it being 3 laps is that I have to survive for 3 laps. And yeah, that's hard to do. Like, these cars really are a dead trap, dude. Alright, so this was the super sharp corner, wasn't it? Yeah. It was, but for some reason the AI does it way faster than I do. And I mean, I wouldn't mind that if it wasn't for the fact that in the previous race they did a corner that was pretty much the same, way slower. And that's just AI things. They do some things faster than others. Ah, fuck. Okay, that guy now hates me. Hey, you're in front of me, don't worry about it. It ain't that bad, right?
Last lap. Let's push through now.
Oof, okay, that's fine. I still don't understand how those are not race-ending crashes, but hey, no questions. Also, if I finish here, will this make me win the tournament? Because if it indeed was an inverted grid, theoretically, this result is gonna be good, right? I think. Maybe no, I don't know. I don't think restarting will be a good idea. Like, already surviving this long was hard enough to me, so I think I should accept this result. Okay. Well, that's what you get for being my nemesis. Oh, and I have another one. At this rate, the entirety of the grid is gonna be against me. So, this might still be good enough to win the tournament. I don't know, maybe not, but... Wait, here, event. Yeah, as you can see there, I'm at the top. So, yeah, as long as it's inverted grid, you can win. Well, not to mention that if it wasn't enough, you could restart. Like, after that. Wait, level, what you mean level unlock? I guess it's in the previous ones, I should skip the animation. Wait, I think I won. Is that me? I mean, I can't really tell. It is me. Okay, no, not bad, right? So, then there is invitational. I'm assuming this one's you don't need to own a car. Yeah, like the car is provided to you. So this one, it says finish in the top half. What do you mean by finish in the top half? What top half are we talking about? Well, the top half should be like, if it's 16 drivers, it will be in 8th place or better. But why don't you just have the objective of winning? I mean, especially since it's a race where everyone uses the same car. Well, this car, as you would expect, is very hard to drive. Well, it's hard to drive as a racing car, of course. I'm pretty sure it's not a racing car. Despite what delivery might make it. No, actually it is. I didn't realize, but the rear of the car is completely taken out, like the seats. So no, it is, well, at least it's a racing modification. You can just say that they took a street car and just gave it a coat of paint. Okay. That wasn't bad. Sorry, Mr. Teammate. Okay. That should be fine. Yeah, there are 2 more laps. And I think this is a single race anyway, so... Again, I don't know why the objective is finished on the top half. Like, that was somehow hard to do. But then again, you know, I still don't know what the game expects you to do in general in terms of the objective, because the thing that say finish on third or more is kind of like a secondary objective, I think. I'm not sure what the objective of these events is. Because maybe you don't need to get even in third to like beat the event. But if that's not the case, I don't know what will be the required result. Okay, I'm doing these corners very badly right now. And if I keep it like this, I won't be able to overtake this final guy, and that will be pretty sad. Okay, yeah, I had to do it the dirty way, but I guess it works. Alright. That was a nice win, and again, right at the end. It's why I say that it feels that the game really was tailor-made in this difficulty for me. But I will assume that people that are actually very good at the game are probably bored of how easy it is, right? In my case, it's, as I say, perfectly tailor-made. For others, since you cannot do anything harder than this... Well, then again, these are the first races, I shouldn't get that cocky. Wait, do you really have 3 of these things? Well, this one already says finish third or above. I guess I could do it simply to, like, unlock all of the... Well, unlock, I mean, beat all of the events on the first column. We're going to Brands Hatch, 3 laps. I mean, here it's hard to measure how long a race takes, because even if you know the track and the number of laps, with how slow this thing is, it's, you know, well, how slow? It's not really that slow. I think you can reach 200 kilometers per hour, so certainly not something I would call slow. It's just that every car that I use so far is clearly way faster than this one. I don't know how I didn't lose control there. Like, it seems like there was an invisible force pulling me in.
You're in mid-pack going into lap 2.
So this game has levels. Basically you level up after you get certain experience, and what does that even do? Like, what do you get from that? I don't know. Well, maybe you unlock new liveries. I obviously don't think it will be anything gameplay related, I guess. What even will that be? This Oliver guy is quite fast, but there's one more lap remaining, so I should be able to take him.
Last lap, let's push up to the top spot.
Okay, I did not do that. Like, I don't know why you went longer there, but I didn't push you out. That one is on you. Also, my teammate is in second place, so this might actually be... Well, unless this is a fluke like it also happened in the previous games, this might be the first time that your teammate doesn't sack balls in the majority of situations. That would be nice. Okay. Oh yeah, it says teammate earnings, but the teammate earnings are not something that get discounted, like they get added to you. The only thing that discounts is like the repairs needed at the end, which it's something that I'm not really pay attention to because I don't really need to. Like, doesn't seem to be significant enough to be a problem. Not to mention that it's kinda necessary if what you want is to, you know, wait, World Grid Series, complete 4 showdown events. I'm assuming the showdown events are the ones that are at last, right? Maybe. Alright, let's do this one. Already have the car. Oh, we are back at Okutama. I thought you were gonna forget about this track. Or rather, I hope you will have forgotten about this track. But it seems that you did not. That's a shame. It's fine. Okay, maybe this track won't be as obnoxious in this game. You never know. It's in both the first game and in Autosport, this track was very annoying. What's even more annoying is that these guys are slowing me down like this. Pretty messed up. Okay, so that, as you can see, for being off track, it invalidated the lap, but
You're on pace. Make some gains in lap 2.
so that doesn't matter at all. Like, in quali it matters, I guess, but here in a race, why will you care if your lap gets invalidated? Doesn't seem like there's any actual consequence, you know? I'm trying to go for the outside there probably was not the best idea. You know, it seems that Okutama will continue being my bane. Because yeah, this is a bad result. I could restart, probably. I should restart.
We're on the last lap.
But I could also qualify. I mean, keep in mind that in this one, in touring cars, I did qualify in the first times I tried. Which is the reason why I kinda ended up winning. Okay, here I'm not even close to the lead. I don't think I should accept this result, probably. I think I should restart. That being said, even if I restart, can I really win? I don't know. It's looking like Okutama will torment me
Hey, good luck. I'll keep you updated.
as much as possible. Well, the biggest issue was that in the first lap there was a bunch of guys that kinda blocked me. If that hasn't happened, maybe I will be closer to the lead. This time I'll try to... Okay, see, like right there, for example, all these assholes were blocking me, but that's because that guy at third place is slowing everyone else down. Okay, yeah, this is a clearly better position already than last time. But it's also possible that I might just have needed to to get some warm-up in the track, which is something that naturally you get in the quali, but that's not as exciting as a live demonstration, right? But yeah, I do wonder if that invalidated lap time, if that's something that will come as a penalty when the race is over. Because yeah, otherwise you could skip all you want and have zero consequences from it, pretty much. It's the final lap, and I might not be able to win, but I'm already in the podium, so I think that's a good enough result. Now the weird thing is how in the intro they show the NASCAR cars, but they haven't shown yet. I guess they are part of the stock cars. I mean, that's what NASCAR is supposed to be about. Alright, well, it's a second place. Could be worse. As long as that guy in front of me doesn't finish in a good position. Sergio Alvarez is the name. Okay. Bring it. Where are we going? Seixiang Circuit. I'm assuming also in China. Yeah, indeed. Well, and is this seems like it's a real track. Well, that's cool. Okay, and here, yet again, there is inverted grid. But considering that the times I did quali, I think there was not an inverted grid. Maybe inverted grid exclusively happens when you don't quali. Maybe that's the idea. It's possible. Ah, that's too long. It's fine. I mean, it should be a guaranteed victory no matter what, simply because of the inverted grid.
You're in mid-pack going into lap 2.
Yeah, might be a guaranteed win, but if you do shit like that... Yeah, you took an alternate path there, I guess. Don't think it was legal, but surprisingly they didn't invalidate my lap time, so I guess they didn't count it as a track cut because I wasted time, probably. This guy is doing the same thing to me that I do to them. Makes sense. Fortunately, this will also be a very bad result. Oh, this corner here is wild. Extremely slow corner. Well, but as I say, you can finish a race, and after it's done, if the result is not enough to win the championship, you just restart it, and that's it. So it might be the same story here. A sixth place is pretty mediocre, to say the least. I barely got a reward from that. But I ended up winning, not by a lot as you can see, by only 1 point, but... Well, we did get second on the team, but... Again, I don't give a fuck about the team, and I don't think the game cares about the team either, because... In the UI, it shows you as winning, so... Alright. Yeah, like it shows it as a gold trophy, so... Well, maybe... See, there it says finish third and above, but yeah, maybe that is the actual objective after all, even though it might also be a secondary objective later. Alright, for this one we already said that I was gonna use this one. And so I will. But yeah.
Zhejiang is the place, and the Grid World Series is the event. Kristen?
Wonder how much track varieties it's gonna have, because so far I am seeing many repeated tracks. Okay. Stewards in... Huh. Wait. You say that you want me to do a penalty, but when? Like now or later? I guess I probably should restart just in case. Because if it's a penalty at the end of the race, I'd rather not deal with it. Though I essentially got taken out, so I wouldn't say that that was fully my fault, you know? You know, to mention, like, you don't have much room to even overtake there. So that invalidated the lap, but it didn't trigger any warning that I cut the track. So they are two different things. So I guess just like the previous game, you essentially do have different penalties depending on how you cut the track. In the previous game, you always had a slowdown, but the slowdown could be like much longer if you cut a big amount of the track. Well, or it didn't have to be a big amount, but as long as you gain time for going off track, that was enough to, you know, to do that. This is the guy to overtake. Well, and this is another example of how the first place just dominates absolutely everything. Like, it's so much further than anyone else. So something that I've seen in this game is that you have Porsche cars. I don't remember if there were Porsche cars in any of the previous game. Were there? I personally don't remember them. Also interesting how you have the confetti when you're about to finish the race as an indicator that, hey, it's about to be over, so you better be where you want to be. Sydney Motorsport Park, so we're going to Australia.
And we're
Okay.
heading into the final round now, where it'll all be decided. Kristen, tell me what's gonna happen.
It's called Amaru Circuit. Wait a second. This isn't Mount Panorama, is it? Like, is it Mount Panorama but you don't have the rights to it? No, never mind. I was about to say that, like, that initial corner looks suspiciously very close, so no, don't worry about it. No, I mean, this might also be a real life track, just that I'm quite ignorant sometimes of which tracks exist and which don't. Though, judging by the design, this might be a real-life track. Because things like, well, as I mentioned before multiple times, things like Okutama, you can mostly tell it's fictional simply because of how ridiculous the track design is. This one could, like, I don't see why it wouldn't be real. I don't see anything that I could point at and be like, nah, this is too ridiculous to be real. Like, this just seems normal. So it most likely is normal. I will bet it is. The thing here is, since all of this will be inverted grids, you really don't have to worry at all about the second race, unless your result on the first one was horrible. But if you finish first place, or even second, it's like you don't really have to worry too much, because you most likely will win anyways. Seems that I'll be staying at this third place. But then the guy that got second on the previous one got last on this one. That's why I say that you don't have to worry about winning the event, because you will most likely win without that much effort. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, if anything, that will make things more chill. Yeah, I got another one. Mod Fest. I mean, I don't really modify this thing, so... Wait, what does it say? Clean and respray? Is that something that costs money? Maybe. But I kinda wanna see other liveries, especially since like you immediately... Like, they are immediately applied. Well, you can customize them though. Well, you can customize at least the color. Actually, you're allowed to do quite a lot of things. Wait, I forgot to apply it. Hold up, my bad. So you go here, Motorsport, select it, and then... Yeah. Okay. It saves. So this one is for Team Kicker, which was one of the teams on the previous game. But yeah, you probably can customize that too. Wait. Oh, I was about to say, what? There is like other opponents that have my same livery, but no, not quite. Pretty similar though. Well, and then you have my actual teammate that, yes, has obviously the same livery. My teammate is trying to copy my strategies, which is dive bombing without a care of who is outside. Yeah, I'm proud of you. That's how we race here.
On to lap 2. You're keeping up with the pace.
And here you have a live demonstration. Though I wasn't able to overtake, that's pretty sad. This is a hard track. I think that this track is just naturally hard for me. I don't know where that Frederick guy is going, but okay. That was pretty much you taking me out. Pretty rude. Pretty rude. This most likely will be a 4th place. I cannot imagine anything better than this. Which, yeah, it is a problem. Well, in fact, that this race is gonna be a 5th place. I don't know why I'm so bad at this track, but I am. It's fine, it won't be 5th place, it will be 4th, but... Okay, and that guy just went off. We will see, so... Yeah, there are multiple opponents here that I hope are not in good positions. I'll remember their names to see if all of them are in inverted grid. So it's Liam or Liam, Clark, Sigurd and Frederick. Will I remember that? Probably not. No, I will remember it. It shouldn't be that hard. Right, like it's Liam's... Well, and one of them started with an S. Wait, Okutama Sprint? That's the first time we do a sprint. No, probably not. This was probably in the drift events, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, all these guys, as it is expected, is an inverted grid and they are all behind me. Okay.
Keep your speed up. Just be aware of the light conditions tonight.
Yeah, I think it's not the first time that we see this track. Just that the contest was in drift events, I think. Well, not drift events. Actually, in the first game, it wasn't a drift event, it was in Toge. Well, it was also in drift events, it was in both. I don't remember if it was in Grid 2. I know for sure that it wasn't in Autosport. In fact, in Autosport, a sprint is a category, but once, like, it's a DLC category, and it's not even a race. It essentially, everyone goes one after the other, and whoever has the best time wins, which is pretty lame, but it's pretty much a time attack. That's also a reason why I didn't even bother with the DLCs. I was about to try them, because if they were regular races, I wouldn't mind at all to do them, but then I tested them off the stream and I realized that they were essentially time attacks, and I'm like, no, why would I do that? Okay, this might be a victory. I don't want to Shinsu, but... Yeah, I remember this track, and this track also was in Grid 2. In fact, now that I think about it, it might have been exclusively in Grid 2 and not in Grid 1. I think it was in Grid 2. Probably. Okay. That works out for me. Oof. Well, on a track like this, drifting like that is actually fitting. Alright. Yeah, that was a very convincing victory, and all the guys that had a good amount of points ended up in the final position, so yeah, you don't have to worry about winning these events for now. Maybe when you get to faster categories, the difficulty will increase, but at least with the first tutorial race that was supposed to be a faster category than this ones, we saw that they weren't hard at all, like, to win. Alright, Mobile 1 challenge. Sure. I could also change the livery of this thing. I wonder if it's the same group of liveries every time. Yeah, it is. It actually is. I mean, again, you can edit them all you want, but... Wait, why do they all have the kicker thingy? Not sure. Oh, I like the way this one looks. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, and that looks fantastic. And also, just realized that, yeah, the car that appears in the background is the one you choose with the livery you choose. That's actually a very well done transition. Like, from the loading screen into the race itself. That's super nice.
Okay, good luck.
That's a way to overtake. Oh, and someone didn't like that.
Might have pushed them too far.
Yeah, I think Reese did not like that. Okay, I held my teammate not fully oversteer there. I how the little fire of the exhaust was going crazy, because I was at my maximum revolutions. That's bad. Yep, that was bad. It's fine. There are still 2 more laps anyways.
You're in mid-pack going into lap 2.
It's hard to see these corners properly. Definitely even harder if those guys go, like, do a bad racing line and I end up copying their racing line. Okay, come on. I wonder if you can blow up your engine. I would assume with how casual the game is, no, you cannot. Okay, this one is a very slow corner, so yeah, react accordingly.
Last lap, so hold the lead through to the end now.
I'll try. I guess that is one thing though that I could probably remove from the UI, is those random numbers that essentially are the points you get when you do a specific action. I feel like that doesn't really add much and ends up looking pretty ugly. And you can remove it, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you can remove any element from the UI that you might not like. So that's one of them. And it's raining.
Listen, watch these conditions. It'll be wet all race.
Well, saying that it will be wet all race is not saying much considering there's only 3 laps, you know. Oh. Yeah. Ah, shit. Yeah, that wasn't very good. So far I wasn't able to see my car being damaged even once. Like, if you look at the, well, I don't know if with the build rate right now you can look at the speedometer, but you look at the speedometer above the gear, well, the speedometer, I guess it's a tachometer, but above the gear it shows 3 icons that are essentially the icons that show if you damage either the engine, the suspension, or the direction. Well, I have not seen a single one of them light up, even though I did have some very hard crashes, but doesn't seem like it matters too much for them at all. So this Lars guy is getting in my nerves.
Make some gains in lap 2.
I need you to move aside. It's pretty clear that the Ford Mustang is not the best one when it comes to top speed, though. Keep in mind that I didn't tweak the tuning at all. I mean, you can probably tweak it so the final gears are longer or something. So yeah, Lars, don't worry, Lars, you were already my nemesis before you consider me your nemesis. Yeah, I still don't know what that does. Like, what does it mean for someone to be your nemesis? Like, it doesn't seem like they are any more aggressive against you or anything like that, so does it even matter? Or is it just decoration? Because at least in, for example, a game like Burnout Revenge, if someone took you out, they will become your, like, they will become mark for revenge, and when you actually take them down, you get like a revenge takedown that gives you like more points and shit. Here, there is no such a thing. Also, my teammate is in first place then. I'm glad. Though the sad thing is that he's probably in first place because on the previous race he probably finished last. But hey, even if that's the case, he is maintaining the position pretty well, so I cannot complain. I mean, the previous games, even those that ended up with a first place after an inverted grid, they still wouldn't be able to keep the lead, so I guess all things considered, it's pretty nice. His teammate did so well here that he's far from everyone. I mean, you can see him there, but the fact that you can see him doesn't mean he's not far. But yeah, I'm glad for him. Well, at least that guarantees that we win the team championship. Not like I care, but yeah. At least it's another one for the team. So I wonder when's the next time I will have to purchase a car, because so far, since they are making me use the cars I purchased before. Wait a second. Oh, here we are not gonna use an open wheel car. And you can actually choose this time. You have a Ford Falcon, a Camaro, or a Holden. Well, this one is the one that has the most power, though I don't like the shape. The shape is a little bit lame, honestly. I mean, if it comes to shape, I like the Camaro, but I already have a Camaro in another one, so I guess the Falcon it is. Yeah. Why not? Wait, what's this? Oh, the Sydney circuit. Problem is that this is Super Touring. In the previous game, Super Touring was super cancerous to drive. I hope the same thing doesn't apply here. Hey, don't worry. But as I said before, I think that this is supposed to go over Alonso's career. Though if that's the case, I really wonder if we will eventually see a Formula 1 car. Probably not with the Formula license, that's for sure. But one thing I can say is that these cars don't suck as much as the Super Touring cars in the previous game. But I guess in that sense, cars should behave extremely differently from the previous game. Like, if anything here, even though it's not as extremely arcadey as Grid 2, this certainly handles, like, it's a simcade, sure, I guess, but it handles, oh, what the fuck? It handles a lot closer to an arcade game than to a simulator, that's for sure. But you still need to do well with your maneuvers. See, unfortunately, I think I'm a little bit separated from the leader, so well, it won't be a win, but I'm not sure if I can even reach the podium at this rate. Yeah, I don't know, this distance seems quite big. Okay, we're having some... Oh, that's my teammate. Wait, and he was taken out because he's not moving. Well, that's a shame. So how do you even get taken out? How... I mean, I will assume that that has to be like a premeditated event, because I cannot imagine how you could get enough damage. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I might get a penalty there. Well, that's, I guess, a good thing to see what happens when you get that warning. Like, do you get additional seconds when you cross the finish line? Well, there it says 4th place. And it was 4th place, so maybe not. Maybe you don't get penalties. Well, in that case, that's nice. Unless you get the penalty when the tournament ends, I hope not. Wait, this is the same track, but in a different variant. Oh, come on, dude. That was a penalty, really? So that's the thing. It isn't. But maybe that's because it's a warning. It's telling you, hey, you're cutting the track. Next time you do it, you're gonna be in trouble. That's probably what it is about. Also, something tells me, especially since these two races are happening in Australia, that this is maybe the Australian category. I know that there is a touring category that is exclusive to Australia. Maybe it is this one. I don't know. Shit. Oh yeah, so I was right. They are Australian V8 supercars. Yeah, that's something that I do remember. Like, it's one of the categories that is in iRacing, but they don't get used at all. But yeah, it is a category that exists. Like the Australian touring cars. Hey, how is it going? I don't know how to pronounce your name. That's the reason why I never say it out loud. I'm assuming it's Hihan. It might be, right? It's hard to tell. Oh shit. Oof. Okay, that works. At least this might be a victory. To counter the horrible fourth place of the final race. Okay. Got it. Just, oh, damn, I did get a penalty. And the final position is third, because it added 2 seconds. Damn, that's pretty funny, but I still win the tournament. Barely, but... And that's an interesting thing, you can actually get a time penalty like that. Pretty funny. Alright, but I wonder if that happened, because I got a warning in the 2 races, but only on the second one it applied the penalty. Maybe this... the second one was considered to be too much, and they were like, no, dude, you cannot keep doing that. Okay, and we're back to Havana. Oh, and this time you need to win the event. Like, it's not about getting into the upper half or getting third. No, here you need to win.
Ooh, Kristen, this Havana circuit is spicy. What have our drivers got in store today?
Revolution way. Okay. It's 4 laps, should be fine. Seems that I'm already gaining a lot of positions as it is. And considering that it's 4 laps, yeah, I'm gonna be first in no time. And it also, like, the one that is in first place is my teammate, so shouldn't be a problem.
On to lap 2, just 1 place to the front of the pack.
But if my teammate wins, doesn't that count as a win for me too? Like, aren't we one and the same? My wins are your wins and your wins are my wins. Doesn't work like that. Come on, I mean, after all, we are in Cuba, right? Shouldn't we... Well, the thing about Cuba is that they are not really, like, fully communist. Like, they have a currency and everything. So at most they are like, you know, you could probably say an extremely socialist country, but definitely not communist. I mean, I'm not an expert at the subject, but I don't think you can be a communist and have currency, right? Like, you cannot have the concept of capital. But maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I never really got into that sort of stuff. They do have a currency. Well, they have multiple currencies. For what I understand, they have the US dollar, but they also have a currency called Cook. I'm not sure how it works, but it's also not the only one. I think they have another currency on top of that. I think that maybe one of them is for tourists, and the other one is for, like, the normal people that live there. But yeah, something like that. But I'm pretty sure that no matter what, it's certainly not communism. Despite what the USA might want you to think. That's a very comfortable win. Okay. And that's a lot of cost, but the earnings were good enough. And also my team dominated here. I guess it feels kinda nice to dominate like this. Okay. I think that there are a lot of animations like this that you cannot really skip until much later. Wait a second. Oh, you need to... Okay. So for each one of these, like, you kinda have a specific requirement to unlock. Gotcha. And we're going to Barcelona. Is this the one that... Is this the... Yeah, I guess it is the street track. Yeah, most likely. Yeah, which was also in the... in the previous games.
What do you make of the circuit?
I like the pronunciation, Barcelona. At least it's close enough. Like, it didn't mispronounce it. Well, like, what I'm trying to say is that the vowels at least sounded similar to the normal ones, right? Just with an obvious American accent, but yeah. Well, ironically, you know, the Cuba, that's a very good example of a country where they actually mispronounce. Well, I guess you cannot really say mispronounce, because when it comes to countries, everyone has their own word to refer to a country in their own language, so in that regard, I guess it's not really the case. But I guess it is the case in the sense of trying to mimic the normal pronunciation, but completely mispronouncing a vowel, because they in English they pronounce it Cuba, but that's not how you say it. It's not a U sound, it's an U sound, right? But yeah. Also, how is it going, Sunshine? No, the pronunciation is Barcelona. That's how you pronounce it. Which, again, it's pretty similar to how they pronounce it. Well, by they, I mean the announcer, right?
Okay, you're halfway through the race.
But yeah, like, they also... They do a good enough show, and the accent is something that it's just there because it's natural to be there, right? I guess technically no vowel got completely switched out by something completely unrelated. The country is clearly not shaped like a cube. You know, it has a very unique shape. Well, it's an island, to be fair, but it's an inaccurate pronunciation. But yeah, the same applies to my country, you know. Like, in Spanish you don't say Argentina, right? Well, to be fair there, the only thing you are mispronouncing is the she sound. Everything else is properly pronounced. The she sound is not a she sound, it's like a... It will be the equivalent of an H sound in English. You say Argentina, right? So close. Well, I mean, the consonant is not close at all. I mean that the rest is definitely quite close. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm here driving through many places. Yeah. It seems like it will be an extremely long game, by the way. Wait, that was a single race? I thought it was gonna be more than one. If I knew it was a single race, I would have restarted. Well, I'm gonna restart right now, but... I mean, I get that it was 6 laps, but come on, dude. It was still pretty short. Alright, let's finish it. Mexico is always mispronounced, yes. That is true. That's because in... I don't know exactly how it works. Like, maybe it was like that in... like in older dialects, but the eds in Mexican Spanish is pronounced like... well, like it was an H, I guess, in English, right? It's Mexico. But yeah, the same applies to places inside of Mexico. Like, for example, there is a place called a place that it's written Oaxaca, right? But you don't pronounce it like that. You pronounce it Oaxaca. Like the eds is pronounced as the H sound in English, and well, in Spanish it will be like the she sound. Yeah, I haven't really investigated why that's the case, though. Like, for what reason those rules apply exclusively to Mexico. As I say, it might be an ancient dialect that used the eds that way, and that's it. Probably. Because at the same time, it's not like every word with an eds is pronounced like that. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, proper names most likely, but common words to refer to objects most likely not. Like, for example, well, the xylophone, right? Like, that word in Spanish is pretty much the same word in English, but with an O at the end. And, well, with different accent, it's... well, actually, it depends on which country we're talking about, because I think that, for example, here you say that word xylophone, right? But I think in some other countries they say xylofono. Regardless, the point is that the ed sound is not pronounced as like as an H, right? it's actually pronounced as a regular ed sound, so I think it only applies to proper names, not to common nouns. Yeah, it's pretty wild how different Spanish can be depending on which country we're talking about. Okay, that's a solid win. Oh, that wasn't easy to win. That certainly was not easy, but I win. Hey, I was out to say before I got distracted by my loss that this is a very long game. So, yeah, what I'm trying to say is that brace yourself, because, I mean, I'm probably gonna play it for a while. Also, wait, is this a new car? No, it was already there. Never mind. But yeah, let me just use... Can you... Oh, since this is the grid edition, you cannot change the livery. You can clean and respray, but that's not the same thing, I think. Probably. Yeah, but yeah, it's fine.
Finish up your tapas because Barcelona, we are about to start today's event. Sorry, race control are about to get this underway.
Wait, this is a time attack? I wasn't paying attention, but... Yeah, judging by the distance, it has to be. Well, someone already died, pretty cool. Unless it's not a time attack, but... I mean, if it's not a time attack, how do you expect me to overtake everyone if I'm... Well, everyone is dying, though. No, I would assume that for the time appearing in the middle of the screen like that, this is a time attack. Well, so far, since the only event type that showed up is a regular race, I thought that the game was only gonna be regular races. You know, it seems that there are more event types. Well, here's that I'm 1 second behind. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. You kinda have to see this as a quality. It will probably get better with more laps, but... Okay, why are so many of you dying here? What's your problem? Have you tried not, you know, going against the wall? I think it might help. Then yeah, okay. Something is wrong with these guys. I know that it's not a particularly easy track, but... Come on, dude. Is everyone getting massacred? Okay, that seemed like a good lap. Not good enough for first place, though. The one that is in first place is my teammate. Him. Okay. You kinda got in the way. Sorry. Damn, that's still 5th place, really? I don't think I'm gonna be winning this one at this rate. Doesn't look like it. Okay, this guy died. What's wrong with all of you? And more importantly, why cannot the... Wait a second. Oh, wait. So there's something I don't understand. The arrow shows down, but I don't think that means that I'm going faster. Or does it? Maybe it does. I mean, if the arrow up means that I'm going slower, I will assume... But why will it be in red? I mean, it's what I was saying earlier. How can green mean something bad? But here, it obviously it will be the opposite. Well, it was still 5th place, so no, it was probably something bad. That's an issue. There are 2 rounds, but unless I do much better, it's not gonna go anywhere. Because differently than from races here, you don't really have inverted grids. Like here it's, you know, as fair as it gets. So even if I were to get first place here, it might not be a win. It all depends on who ends up being at the top. Yeah, that's probably not what you wanna do. No, I probably should restart this, but at the same time, I cannot imagine doing the previous track much faster, really. But it seems like it will be the best idea to restart it. Okay, didn't mean to take that guy out, but you were going way too slow, buddy. It's time to try to go faster and you're not gonna have that issue. Oh, wait, really? Maybe the guys that plays well... Well, okay, right there you can see the guy that got first had a good time, but it's an issue. Like, as I say, this most likely won't be a win. It seems that under the rain, my opponents are not doing very good at all. I would like to see the current standings, but I don't think you can see them. But I do remember my teammate also being pretty high in the standings, so ironically my teammate might also cost me the win here. As I say, the 5th place that I got in the previous event is something I shouldn't have accepted. I just couldn't imagine doing it any faster, but maybe I could have. You see, for example, that guy getting in second, like that already will mean that I cannot win. Well, might as well finish it and then do it again some other time. I mean, I will do it again now, but... Actually, no, let me do it again right now. I will do it right now. Because see, I don't like leaving things behind. Well, behind. I mean that I don't want to leave things for later, so I will do this right now. I simply made a mistake of, as I say, not restarting the first race. So yeah, here, even second place might not be acceptable, you know? Well, I mean, I guess it is, assuming the game favors the player on a tie. Because not having inverted grid means that whoever got first will get second on the next one if you don't get first. Or rather, sorry, if you get first. If you don't get first, they will get first again. So here, second is the lowest you're allowed to go, and that's only if you can win the other one. So yeah. No fooling around here. In 7th place. That's so bad. Well, it's 7th place because not enough went through the finish line, but this is gonna be terrible to actually win this one. Not to mention that you have to dodge all these morons crashing, so that certainly doesn't help. Okay, I think I did that corner pretty well. Okay, so I need sub 1 minute. Yeah, that is sub 1 minute. Now the question is if it will be enough until the end. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Well, for now it seems like it is. At least it seems like the next one in Cuba in the rain was very easy to stay in first. I don't think I should worry about that one. This one, getting a good time on this track is pretty hard. So I think I'm starting to realize what the arrow means. I think when the arrow points up, it means that you have a better time than your previous one, but the minus and plus compares it to whoever is at first. I think it's something like that. I could be wrong though. Yeah, let's get it. As I say, this one should be free. It's just that it's a longer track than the previous one, so it's gonna take a little bit longer, but it's fine. I find it pretty funny to interrupt these guys. Also, it seems that that option about cleaning and repainting is in case the car gets pretty well, like it basically has a lot of bruises like this. That's probably, but considering that it's an option and something you can ignore, I wonder if it requires you to spend money. It probably does. Well, after this insane rain, I think that at least it will be clean from dirt. Probably will still have all the crash marks and all of that. Don't worry too much about those. Right, so how good is this time? I mean, it's certainly better than this guy because he launched it in front of me and I'm right next to him. So it is the best lap time. But this event at least lets you know that not everything will be a race. I do wonder if there's gonna be drift events or endurance events or anything like that. I mean, when it comes to drift events, I hope not. Endurance events I don't really mind. And well, the Toge events you already saw that you can, you know, race in mountain passes, so I guess at that point the question is if there are 1v1s. For now it seems that, well, for now the only modes we've seen are race and time attack. And I mean, I'm not fond of time attack at all, mind you. But at least It's kind of like a quali. I was gonna say a quali with extra steps, but I guess it's kind of the opposite. It's like a straight up quali. Like if anything, the quali is the extra steps. The time attack is like you get straight into the action. It's just a shame that I wasted so much time not restarting when I should have, but it's fine. It happens. At least I won both of the time attacks. Well, and my teammate did pretty well too. In fact, he got second place, didn't he? No, he didn't. Or maybe he did, and he doesn't have the grid edition of my car. No, never mind, he didn't. Shame on you. Anyways, on to tuner, and this one is also time attack, but it's only one time attack. Yeah, that's fine. So be it. Where is this? Oh, in the Seixiang circuit. I don't know why I look at the top to look at the track name. I don't know how a time attack will be with this car. This car is very hard to drive. And the races went well mostly because you just dive on everyone. So you don't really need to be fast, you just need to be an asshole. But here you do need to be fast. That's an issue. And not to mention that it's in this track. This track is not easy for me at all. I think that so far it's the track that I struggle the most with. Oof. Okay, was surprisingly clean. And keep in mind that here in time attack I will assume that cutting the corner obviously nullifies your lap time. So you don't want to do that. But it's also I think that it's the long version of this track, so this one will be hard to win most likely. Okay, so we already have some lap times. It's 1 minute 38 for the fastest one so far, of course. Will always get faster. Well, I got the fastest lap time for now. We will see how long it lasts. Because it was the fastest one, but not by a lot. It's what I was saying, that the difficulty really seems to be perfectly tailored for me. At least that really is the way it works. Like, the difficulty is dynamic and fully adjusts to how well or bad you're playing. Like, very hard is not a static difficulty, but rather something that just, you know, depends on you. That will be pretty, well, I wouldn't say revolutionary, well, kinda revolutionary, because it's not the first time that something like that is done. Well, in fact, like, arcade games usually have a hidden mechanic known as rank, where depending on how good you're doing, it gets harder. Usually with shoot 'em ups. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that it applied to many arcade games regardless of the genre. Well, that lap wasn't going anywhere anyway, so you don't worry about it. But yeah, I need to get a faster lap here, because right now this wouldn't be enough. And keep in mind that this is only a single event, so if you don't win here, you don't win, period. And I kinda want to win, you know, obviously. Yeah, that set of corners, I did them very bad on the second lap. I think that's what overall made that lap so bad. Now here, since drafting is obviously a thing, being on someone's slipstream is also quite important to get a better lap time. I'm not sure if here I'm in his slipstream or not. I don't think so. I mean, this is a very slow car, so. Oof. I think this should be enough, at least to beat the current top time. Yes, it will be enough. Nice. By 1 second, actually. Well, almost, but nice. I'll take it. I was afraid I wouldn't get it in that attempt, because like, it's a very long track with a very slow car. It works. Oh, and those two guys were teammates. But the teams also seem to have no names, so I cannot curse a Raven West. Or well, rather, I cannot curse at anything. They are just kinda there, right? Okay.
Welcome to today's event, and this is gonna be a good one. Kristen, what has the Grid World Series got? Okay, it looks like the race is about to start.
What does it have to... Okay, forget about it. That's also a pretty nice detail that they say something when you interrupt them. At least it's an actual normal race. Kinda forgot about them. Nah, just kidding, but... With how hard I am on the car, the fact that it still doesn't brake is pretty wild. Yeah, at this point I will assume that unless you like go against a wall at full speed, you cannot possibly damage your car. See, otherwise it just doesn't make sense. Which is also why I say that it's a game done very casual, because most people that play this type of games just don't know about the concept of braking, right? Like, since this is not a simulator, right? People that play this just play it as if it was Mario Kart. At least the ones that purchase it as a, you know, as like a racing game to fuck around with. Like if it was Need for Speed, right? So yeah, taking that into account, I guess it makes sense to make the damage like a lot more permissive. Though at the same time, the damage is the least of your worries if you crash against walls at full speed. Well, in lower difficulties, I guess you will recover your position. At the same time, in lower difficulties, you also, you know, probably, at least if you use the presets, you wouldn't even have car damage anyway, so it wouldn't make a difference. Huh, there goes my cover. Damn, the front of my car is not looking pretty nice right now. It's fine, don't worry about it.
Hold the lead through to the end now.
So that one, for example, I went off track, but it didn't even nullify the lap time. Like the lap time number did not become red. So it didn't become red there either. As I said before, it's most likely because the game knows that you wasted time and you didn't gain any advantage. No, I guess that's something complex. Like, I cannot imagine that being a simple algorithm to figure out if you gain time or not. I mean, if you will get an advantage or not, right? Like, that really has to probably be hard to code. But then again, we're talking about Codemasters. Some people are not very fond of Codemasters, mostly because of the Formula games, like the official Formula 1 games not being very impressive at all compared to how they could be. But Codemasters definitely knows how to make games. Like, they might not be the absolute best games in existence, but they are good enough. Well, good enough, I think that's underselling it. I mean, it's just the kind of thing that, obviously, when you talk about games, and I do that too, like, I haven't, it's... fuck. Okay, that was my bad for getting distracted. I probably should restart since... Nah, it's fine, right? Surely. Is it... Can I somehow recover all of that? Well, even if I don't, I'm still gonna win the championship anyway, so... You know, I was out to say that I have the perfect example for that being Street Fighter 5. You know, you probably heard me 1,000 times say how much Street Fighter 5 is a piece of shit and all of that. The thing that even games like that have quite a lot of effort put into it.
I think you've hit them one too many times.
And, you know, many people working on it, and even if they are very, like that one in particular being a very clearly inferior product to the predecessor, it's still a product that in itself, you know, is certainly above something that wouldn't have any production value, right? Like, I love talking shit about the game, but... about that game, but yeah, even a game like that is, you know, something that wouldn't be possible without having that many people work on it and that many dollars poured into it, right? But I personally, in this particular case, since this game is certainly nowhere near, you know, Street Fighter 5 in terms of, you know, how much I hate it. In fact, I don't. I actually like this game. But the point is that regardless of if I like it or not, yeah, it's the kind of game that has a lot of stuff behind to make it possible. And Codemasters, since that was the original topic, right? Codemasters. Even if they might not have the best racing games in the market, they are definitely at a level that I guess not many other companies can be, with the exception, of course, of the top ones like, you know, Polyphony Digital or I don't remember the guys that made Assetto Corsa, how the company was called, like, with the exception of those that are kind of at the top. Yeah. Though at the same time, it's not like racing games, especially lately, are extremely popular, so I guess there is not that much competition. Still. So interesting that so far all the tracks that had rain pretty much had extremely heavy rain. Maybe that's the only type of rain there is in the game. See, I mean, rain there could be only like a small amount. But no, here it goes hard. Like the rain definitely goes hard. Okay, where else are we going? The UK challenge? Wasn't this already in the UK? Wait, what car is that? Oh, this is a new category. So this one is the Corvette Grid Edition. But what if I don't want that? Oh, we have a Ferrari. That's a lot of power. I'm tempted to go with the Viper as well. I think I'll go with the Ferrari. I think it will happen, yeah. I'm not sure if this... I mean, it's red. But is it really fitting for Ferrari to have all those additional colors? Well, okay, it has the Italian flag, so I guess yes, it is fitting.
Kristen, a pleasure as always to be in your company. And if you didn't know Kristen,
it's interesting at least to see Ferrari being because I think it wasn't a brand in the previous Grid games, right? Maybe it was, but I don't remember there being Ferrari cars. At least they seem to be a thing here. Ah, fuck. Yeah, that's... Oh, I didn't get any penalty from that, no way. Alright, well, I'll take it. Also, isn't this the same category that the first tutorial race in the game showed? I think it is. Especially considering that... Right, like the Corvette was an option. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing it. It's... That guy with the name Fung Chaming has a Corvette. And I'm pretty sure it's that Corvette, so yeah. I think we caught up to the tutorial. Didn't take very long though. Especially if you exclusively just play this category instead of jumping between categories like I'm doing. That being said, here seems like it's gonna be a little bit harder to win this one. Seems that I'm pretty far behind the leader. But it's also a very long track, and there's 3 laps, so there is time to reach them. But it's also a pretty wild car. That's a very good handling, but precisely because of that, it's kinda hard to do these corners, considering that you are expected to do them very fast. So it ends up ironically being hard to control. Yeah, that leader group, will I be able to reach it? Oh shit. Alright. Well, sorry about that. Someone had it rough there. Okay. Well, at least there's only the podium ahead, but they are still far. It's just that 2 of them got killed, but that doesn't mean that the ones that remain are suddenly gonna be left behind too, right? Okay. Yeah, the first place I'm most likely not reaching it. But I think second place should be doable. They are not that far away. Oof. I'm surprised that that didn't end up in a tragedy. With how fast I was going and how close he was, that could have ended very badly. Also, this is my teammate. Will you kindly step aside? Well, no, but I guess there was no need. It's a shame that I cannot reach the first place, but unless he has an accident, it seems like he's simply too far away for me. Well, if there was one more lap, I would have reached him, but we don't have one more lap. It's fine though. It's a real shame. One more lap and I will have reached him. Not like it matters because I'm still gonna win the championship, but yeah. Also, this car is extremely fun to drive. As I said before, it has very good handling, and that means that it requires you to go fast, but it's just very fun to drive. Very, very fun. Okay, I like it. I like it when things are fun, you know? Okay, so we're on to Brands Hatch. Again.
And we're heading into the final round now.
This time it doesn't rain, don't worry about it. It's completely clear. Wait, that guy has a rainbow? That's an interesting livery. Well, not really a rainbow, but I like the colors. No, that's okay, that didn't count as a skip somehow. Yeah, maybe the penalty system in this game is not as restrictive as the previous one. Something that is a little bit... something that I wish was more like Grid Autosport is that the one that actually wins the first race, that was actually competitive on the second one. Like in Grid Autosport, even though like the inverted grid happened, you know, the Raven West guys that won on the previous race still had a hard time getting ahead in the second one when they launched in last place, but they still did a better job than this one. Like this one, as you can see, started in last place and remains in last place. So it doesn't seem like the AI is really different between each other. Like it seems that every driver is going with the same AI. Which, I mean, that's not a bad thing in itself, but that also means that if you win by points, like so far it happens in the majority of events, it will be absolutely free to win by points. Ah, fuck me. Okay. I say that and I almost spin out, and then... But, I mean, it still will be free even with that, I guess. Wait, I just realized, and it took me a while, I guess, because I'm a moron. This is Brands Hatch in reverse. Like, I didn't even think of it as Brands Hatch. I just thought about it as some unknown track that I haven't seen before. No, it's Brands Hatch in reverse. Well, and I did relatively well, all things considered. I think I probably did better when I didn't realize this was Brands Hatch. Now that I'm aware, I'm kind of expecting the corners, but I think that I did better when I wasn't expecting them, when I was just reacting to them in the spot. But that's fine, because a third place should still be enough to win. Okay. Yeah, as I say, that one, even though it probably shouldn't have been a free victory, it is a free victory, you know? But yeah, I mean, I can't complain about that. So, I mean, otherwise I would probably have to qualify in order to win these events, right? And that will be boring. Okay. Got that. Unfortunately, the things down here still don't unlock because they need other stuff. Though with the time remaining, I think I'm gonna do just one more, which could be this one, the Sydney Sprint Cup. And it's also with the Australian supercars. Yeah, let's do it. Well, and it's in this track that is quite hard for me to do, so...
Hey everybody, you've been making a lot of noise out there, but can you make some noise once more for Kristen?
No. Not gonna make any noise. I'm gonna let my car do the noise.
Alright, have a good race.
something that is for sure, speaking of making noise, is how much the tires screech with these cars. That's quite a loud screech.
You're in mid-pack going into lap 2.
And that went straight into the camera, nice. Okay, sorry, my bad, Mr. Luke Taylor. That's not the same Luke that I was fighting with in the previous streams, right? The Street Fighter Luke. No, it's a different one. Well, in fact, in Street Fighter, not many of the characters actually have a last name. Though, more than you would expect actually have a last name. But I don't know if Luke has a last name. And I don't care either, so doesn't make much of a difference.
This is the last lap. Push up to the front.
These guys are fighting. Oh, and one of these guys is my teammate. You can do it. I do wonder what icon my teammate is gonna have. Like if he's both the rival for the tournament and obviously the teammate, right? Like is it still gonna have the teammate icon or something else? They unfortunately cannot beat him. But hey, being beaten by my teammate is not really a bad thing in itself, you know? I'll take, at least we're pretty much guaranteed to take the team tournament. Okay, so yeah, here I wanna see what icon you're gonna show up with. What is it gonna be?
And we're heading into the final round now, where it'll all be decided. Kristen?
No, someone else shows us the rival, which I'm assuming is the guy that got in third. Well, no, not really. No, yeah, he did. No, sorry, I'm stupid. I was looking at his number that is just the level. I don't know why the AI has level, but sure. Point is that, yeah, he's not the... It's not the rival. Like your teammate is never a rival. It's always your best friend forever, of course. Also, that's something that I've been thinking. Fuck. Yeah, well, but that wasn't my intention, bro. Probably should restart the race, because that is most likely a guaranteed penalty. Well, but it's not that long of a race anyway, so...
You're on pace. Make some gains in lap 2.
The thing is that if I do get penalized, it's gonna... and I don't get first place, that will really tank my position very badly. But no, it's fine. And the sun here is so shiny. I mean, after all, if you really want to know the name of who you have in front, you can look at the... Okay, what do you mean I had set the limits there? I'm pretty sure I didn't. Right now well, okay. Here I think that the penalties I'm gonna get are gonna be like 10 seconds and I'm gonna end up being last place. But, I mean, if that happens and I end up not winning the...
Maybe stay out of their path. Don't get taken out.
Another penalty, holy shit. It's gonna be a whole minute of penalty at this rate. But it's fine, if it's too bad you can always restart. Okay, so it ended up being 7th place. Yeah, 5 seconds of penalty. Oh, and that actually made me lose the event, so to restart the circle, right? Correct. Yeah. You can restart them at any time. Yeah, that was fucked up. Pretty fucked up. Hey, also what I was saying, hold up. I guess it's a good time to try it to, like, in UI, to remove the names, like driver tags. I don't know if the other ones should be fine, right? Probably. Well, the flashbang counter is also unnecessary. Yeah, I guess the next ones are fine. Yeah, apply them. I think that looks a lot better. And I mean, I removed the flashback thing because why will it matter? I don't have flashbacks. I have 0. Well, I could, if at some point the game gets hard enough that I need to change the difficulty preset, I guess I will well, put them back, obviously, but for the time being it might not be necessary. I feel like the names are kind of annoying. Well, I also, like, the points are something I also should probably remove, but I'm not sure which one it was. Well, let me check. I might as well use this race to check that. What could it be? I don't know what dial is. Racecraft? Yeah, I guess it is Racecraft, probably. Though that's a weird way to call it. Like, I don't know if drifting or being at slipstream is something that has anything to do with Racecraft. Racecraft, I mean, at least for what I understand, simply means how clean of a driver you are in the track, right? Like how clean and how smart. Because in a lot of cases, for example, the smart decision might not be to attempt an overtake, but simply to follow behind someone else that is clearly faster than you. That's, I'm pretty sure, what Racecraft means. So if that's what Racecraft means, I don't think that the numbers have anything to do with that. But yeah, that's what the game says. I think it's a good idea to take that out, because it really just feels like it gets in the way. I mean, it obviously is not important information, because even seeing that, it's not like I can do anything with that information. It's like, yeah, I'm getting points in, but yeah, I think the rest of the information is, well, honestly, knowing where my teammate is also completely worthless. We'll remove that as well, but it's whatever. So that's gonna be another 2nd place. This time without a single penalty, at least. That's a win in the championship, at this time by a lot. Okay, so I think that with this one I can close it out for today, probably, maybe. My teammate got 3rd place, so that's not bad. Okay, so yeah, on the next stream I guess we are gonna do, wait, pro trucks. Well, that's an interesting thing to do. At least these ones, I think differently from the ones that were in the previous game, these are actual NASCAR trucks, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I also want to see how long the DLC seasons are. Okay, this one doesn't seem to be that long, at least compared to the main career that, as you can see, has a shit ton of events. But yeah, that's fine by me. But in any case, that will be it for me for today. So thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more of this. So have a good one and take care.